I think it would have been quite obvious. Still dying. No big deal.
And that's the end of the podcast, guys. There goes Ibanez.
I'm
There
completely
goes
dead.
Ibanez. I'm dead. Can't talk anymore. That's it.
So, I guess, to start this
Give us
out...
an intro, Ibanez.
I've already done the intro. There's no intro, remember? Are you not listening?
Sing the theme song.
What theme song? Our theme song is just some, shitty, non-copyrighted music that we found, off of YouTube.
Exactly.
And it's not even... It doesn't even have lyrics.
Now I'm just gonna write up a shitty bass line for the theme song now. He's just like, oh yeah, why not?
Well, Ibanez, because none of us can sing. We might be able to pull off a barbershop quartet. Nothing else.
I don't even think we could pull that. We might be able to make some form of sound. That's about it.
Can.
Well, I'm still disappointed we weren't able to pull off Bohemian Rhapsody because there was no karaoke that damn lock-in.
It doesn't change the fact that we don't.
I feel lied to.
Yeah, we were gypped. That was a fun time still. We weren't able to do Bohemian Rhapsody with music, but
No, we just spent that entire night watching, was it Top Gun and Paul Blart the Mall Cop 2 while making Deadlands characters.
Yeah, and the only ones that were ever in that same room with us were, children, and then I think there was other people there, too, from a different school.
Oh, it was, from...
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what the name of the school was.
It was an army school, I think.
No, it wasn't an army school. It was the other Air Force school from...
Oh, well, you fucking got me on that one.
From Detroit. It was I know we visited there at one point. It was a school field... It was a field trip there.
You got me on that one.
They had the flight simulator or some shit.
I didn't go on that one.
Oh, well.
I think you had to have, good grades to get on that one.
Maybe.
You had to have, at least all B's to get in on that one.
Knowing Colonel, that was probably the case.
Well, that was pretty much the case with her for everything from junior to senior year.
Oh, no, that was No, that was at least either our sophomore... It was either sophomore or freshman year, because...
It never really affected me until junior or senior year, so...
Yeah.
Because junior year was when I couldn't go to half the drill meets. I was able to go to Anchor Bay, and because I didn't have... Because you needed, a 3.0 or something to be able to do it, because you treated it sports.
Yeah.
I had, a 2.9, and for some reason I just couldn't get that 0.1. So I was able to go to...
Wait, you said for Anchor Bay?
Yeah, well, no, I was able to go to Anchor Bay, but everything after that I missed.
Well, if you missed...
Because my GPA was 0.1.
Did you go to Riveroo?
Not the first time. Not the first time. I went the second time.
He was definitely there for triangle formation.
Well, this is triangle formation.
No, you were there for the actual christening of triangle formation.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I think I might mix it up. River Rouge was the Marine, or the last one we went to at the end of the year.
Was the statewide one.
Yeah, Ghost Gun. What was the one that you weren't able to go to and Tristan pissed threw him on to a routine? Midview, that's where it was.
Tristan straight
that
up
was
punched a locker and dented it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I've never been to Midview.
And you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
That was such an ass backwards fucking rigged competition. No one except for Midview won anything other than second or third place. Midview won first place in everything.
The only trophy we won
was Gage.
Yeah, it was Gage in a solo routine.
And he legitimately didn't practice at all.
Oh, no. Remember Kennedy?
Yeah, Kennedy, the one that usually wins every single first place trophy.
Mm-hmm.
There's the other one that usually wins for single first place trophy.
I remember senior year Anchor Bay, when it was armed exhibition, and we were waiting to go. We were waiting to go on. We were like 3 teams. There was like 3 more teams before we were up. So we sat there and watched, and one team just did PT as their fucking armed exhibition team.
God, I remember that.
and then who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Kennedy, who ended up getting disqualified because they went over the amount of time.
Yeah, I think that was too long.
Yeah, they were the ones right before us, and I remember we're all sitting there for like the first minute going, just speeches like, yeah, we're not going to get first place. And then it's like 5 minutes in, you're like, hurry the hell up.
Timeline?
Yeah, we were in there, they were like 5 minutes in, and we're just like, all right, any day now.
It was impressive the first 2.5 minutes. Get the fuck on with it.
We wanna win second place.
That we got first.
Yeah.
And they were using like the fucking M1s for their routine too.
Yeah, they're sort of flipping their rifles around and all that. We just make a plane and get first place.
That was the dumbest routine we've ever done, but it was great.
I still like Tristan's story. He said he was sitting there watching us, and as soon as we did the plane, he said one of the Marines looked up from the clipboard, saw the plane, looked back down the clipboard, threw the clipboard down the ground, and walked out.
Why am I not surprised?
That was a great routine.
It was.
It was brilliant.
Better than the thrown together stripes routine.
Yeah, we did that. That was literally just for the fucking pep assembly.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. I absolutely loved that one.
No, we did it for the pep assembly, and the first time we went to River Rouge.
Oh yeah, you guys did it for River Rouge too.
I remember that.
I wasn't in that one.
They commented on it.
I wasn't in that one at all.
No, because the judge commented on it. It's just like, that was stripes at the beginning, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Noah's like, a man of culture as well.
And they're just like, yeah, there's only one problem. I think one of the things in there, you guys went a bit short for the time or whatever, but we'll count it. Whatever.
I remember when we first went to, or it wasn't when we first went to Midview. I think, when was it? I think it was Anchor Bay when Jameson was commanding the unarmed team for the first years. And on the score sheet, the judge literally wrote, "Lost faith in Commander."
Yeah, no, that was brilliant.
That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Like, not even, because Dustin, you remember when I commanded for Midview.
Yeah.
And the judge fucked me over with that one.
Oh, yeah. I can remember we went, I think, freshman year, and then we went back junior year. Because I remember it was a year on, year off, year back. Fuck off.
Yeah, well, I remember for the first year we got a bus. And my mom and dad, and then Hill's mom followed in a car behind us. And carried everybody's
uniforms.
Yeah, Combo 1 uniforms and shit like that.
So they want to get
the uniform combos. You know, that's such a foreign concept, having been in the Navy for 2 years and for 2.5 years, because that's just not shit you did.
And I remember,
like, right, you're wearing the full thing or not.
I remember that first time we went to Midview, and it was a thing. Because Sergeant, it was the only time I ever commanded a team, and I had the whole routine memorized. I knew every step that I was supposed to turn. I knew the exact points in the gym that we were going to be doing it, because the gym that we were supposed to do it in was roughly the same size as the small part of the gym of the GC gym, like the rubber floor. It was pretty much that same size. So I practiced. We practiced on that.
The routine.
And well, no, the judges, everyone knew the routine. The team knew the routine.
No, I'm saying, didn't they move where they were doing it?
Oh well, no, they had it in the same gym. The issue was, well, I knew it was gonna fuck me. I knew I was gonna get fucked over because we couldn't even go into the gym we couldn't even come out because for the first 5 fucking minutes we were supposed to be in there, the only judge that was there was on his fucking phone, just chatting away.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing this one.
And then not only that, he didn't move to in front of like where the table is, where some of the where other judges and people sit. He didn't move in front of there. No, he stayed in the back of the fucking gym and made me report to him there, throwing off everything. Like, we came in 2 elements and ended up doing the entire routine in 2 fucking columns.
Nice.
I think we got it to 9, 3 by 3 or something like that. Because I remember I was at the very end, the back left, and next thing you know, I was in the middle, and then I was in the back right, then back to the middle, and then we exit. How is this possible? I kid you not, one person's to my left, one person's to my right. Next thing you know, the person who's front left is front right's to my left. I'm like, he's back.
No, look who finally made it back.
You, Ibanez.
It's not my fault. My fucking sister and her boyfriend decided, hey, let's just download a 2-hour movie off of fucking Hulu or whatever. Completely fragging the entirety of my internet, apparently.
Nuclear bomb.
Well, no, that's not a frag. That's a nuclear bomb.
Oh, wait, that reminds me of what Tristan was going to help describe our new supervisor as to you, Jacob. This man just came in. Tristan said he's the kind of commander that would get fragged back in World War II or 1. I can't remember which.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You get a list every day, and it shows everyone, depending on how much overtime they take, so the list will change in order. The first day I remember him going through, I went to the bathroom real quick. When I came back, he was talking to Lucas, who's also my Luke. And he asked him, do you want to take an over and early? He goes, oh, no, thank you. And he goes, well, thank you, Dustin. And he turns away and looks, whoa, what did you just call me? He goes, Dustin. And he turns and points to me. He goes, no, that's Dustin. I just got back to the bathroom. I'm like, what did I do? I just got back. He goes, oh, sorry. And he comes over to me would you like an over early? I'm like, no, thank you. He goes, okay. Who's Lucas? I'm like, the bastard you were just talking to. It's didn't even take the time to learn our names, really.
That's the sign of a great supervisor. Anyways,
he's also trying to enforce the rules, which no one's give a fuck about for the last few months or years, so he's actually writing up people, and they're that's really showing to make enemies, because usually a supervisor, beforehand, the ones I've seen, rarely would write up anyone. It's more of not even threats, not even empty threats, just more, hey, can you do this? It's I'll do what I can, and the topic usually slips away. Now, this guy actually wrote up several people for not having safety glasses on. Yet no one has really cared for that rule for many months that I've been there. For about the 2 years I've been there. I've seen plenty of people without safety glasses. They usually just have normal glasses.
Alright. Gonna be honest about this one. Safety glasses, rather important in a work environment and assembly line. Not gonna lie. Very, very important.
I understand that, but I actually have a lot of people actually have glasses. He just goes, supposed to have the side shield. I kid you not, I have another pair with side shield. When I had those on, I kid you not, I got more stuff in my eye.
Yeah.
I know it's for flying things, but the only thing that goes flying there is if we underhand a bolt at each other. Yeah, literally, if we're just trying to get someone's attention, fucking quick light toss of a bolt.
Hey, Lucas, wake the fuck up!
Yeet. Overhand that shit.
There's nothing, nothing's flying around. There's no, the machines are far away. All we're doing is just torquing down some stuff. I've only had, in the 2 years, 1 bolt snap, and that's because apparently someone mixed up bolts in a box, and I actually was torquing in a smaller one that was needed.
Oh.
So it went in, twisted farther, and snapped. And all that happened was the head just fell off in the socket. So I just had team leader write it up. Nothing has gone flying at like a bullet speed or anything like that to take out someone's eye.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Are you still recording, Ibanez?
Yes. Well,
I mean,
while we have this moment of downtime, let's go ahead and talk about one of these topics that I have come up with, such as the day in history.
All right.
It's a new segment that we're going to be doing on the Casual Citizens podcast, because it is the first segment we have done on the Casual Citizens podcast.
Yeah.
So this was last updated November 5th. So on right now, November 8th, in 1991, this is the headline. Magic Johnson announces he's HIV positive.
Oh, wow. I mean, I actually remember learning about this.
Yeah, this in 19 oh, what the fuck? Ah, fuck me. This is
No, thank you.
This is November 7th.
No.
I'm looking at.
God, really?
Because I pulled it up before 12 in the morning.
Yeah, it is 12, so I'm pretty sure I'll let it slide for anything on the 7th. It was like
this
15
one's
minutes
better.
ago.
This one's better. November 8th. No, not 1985. What the fuck?
We build innovative...
No. Fucking... What is that? A fucking Subaru? I don't know. There's a fucking car commercial. Oh no, it's a Dodge. Never mind.
Man, you had all this really figured out.
Yeah, I did. So, November 8th, 1895, German scientists discover X-rays.
Oh, well.
That's interesting.
Very, very nice.
Yes. Physicist Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, I think.
Röntgen.
Whatever the fuck.
It's pronounced Röntgen.
Sure, let's go with that. He becomes the first person to observe X-rays.
Well, it's a bit difficult considering that you can't see them. But
his discovery occurred accidentally in his lab, where he was testing whether what is that? Cathode, whatever the cathode rays.
Cathode rays.
Cathode, okay. Cathode rays could pass through glass when he noticed a glow coming from a nearby chemically coated screen.
Yeah.
And then it just goes on to tell you what a fucking X-ray is.
Oh, nice.
In case you didn't know,
actually what the article says?
In case you didn't know, X-rays are electromagnetic energy waves that act similarly to light rays, but at wavelengths approximately 1,000 times shorter than those of light. So,
yes.
There is that.
Meaning they're outside of our visible spectrum.
Yes. In other news, November 8th, in 1965, Lawrence Joel was awarded the Medal of Honor.
Who?
Lawrence Joel, let me get this going. He was awarded the Medal of Honor. Well, first he was in the Vietnam War. It was Specialist 5 Lawrence Joel, a medic with the 1st Battalion, 503rd Airborne Infantry, 173rd Airborne Brigade. And he was. I said he was a medic. As you guys can tell, I am very tired. But this was significant because he was the first living African American to earn the Medal of Honor since the Spanish-American War.
Huh. I was gonna say we should probably have Jacob start reading these off because the stuttering is unbearable.
Hey, this is unscripted, and as you can tell, this has already gone down the shitter since I fucking disconnected. So
well, yeah, you kind of broke the flow of everything.
Any standard.
I was expecting actual random this day in history stuff, like the disco, like the death of disco.
Death of disco. That was a wild article.
It was a rigged dumpster to explode.
Well, there's this one.
As one does.
There's this one in 1974. Ted Bundy botches an abduction attempt.
Damn it, Ted.
And in 1939, Hitler survives an assassination attempt.
Who missed? Who fucking missed? How could you miss?
Who fucked up their one job?
You had one goddamn job. This is the definition of you had one job. Man, you could have prevented so many people dying. So many people.
Let's see. They placed the blame squarely on British secret agents, and then they implicated that the Prime Minister at the time was the one who planned to set the fucking bomb.
The Prime Minister himself. Oh my God.
Dude, the Nazis were fucking insane.
What makes you say that?
That's just where it's gonna end. The Nazis were fucking insane.
That's nice. Only bold statements here on this.
We build innovative trucks to serve the people who depend on them. Cabins to.
What's the next topic?
Yeah, not a lot of shit happened on the 8th apparently.
No, the 11th.
But this one,
the 11th.
This one will get more conversations out of you guys. These are the current E3 Game Critic Award nominees for 2019.
Okay.
Alright.
So we're gonna go through all of them. There's like 12 fucking like sections or whatever.
Games. Oh.
No, there's like 12 different like sections and the games are nominated for. So right now,
oh man, this is gonna be long.
For Best of Show, the nominees are Borderlands 3, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy, what is that? 7 remake,
Yeah,
Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order, The Outer Worlds, and Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
Those are the nominees for Best of Show.
How is Cyberpunk 2077 not on there?
I don't know. I completely forgot that game actually came out.
No, it didn't come out. It's just like...
Yeah, well, that's probably why it's not on here, because it hasn't come out yet.
Oh, I thought Doom Eternal was delayed to like...
Yeah, that's not out yet either.
Yeah.
It's the E3 2019 Best of Show.
E.T.?
E.T.? Yes, E.T.
The E.T. There you go, new name, the Best of E.T. 2019 awards.
Yeah, Best of E3 2019. Best of Showing... Cyberpunk had fucking Keanu Reeves, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the Best of Showings. Not gonna lie.
Out of that list, the only one I have really played or have anything would probably be Outer Worlds. 'Cause, yes, I'm still on my first playthrough, and I'm already having plans for a second one after I finish the first.
Yeah, no, genuinely, it's a really good game.
Yeah, these...
Continue.
Oh, sorry. These are... I think most of these are based off of... Well, obviously games that have been released already, and also critic early gameplays of them. Because, like you said, 2 of these games haven't even come out yet. Or, no, 1 of them hasn't come out yet.
Let's see here.
I don't think a lot of these games have come out yet.
Yeah, Doom Eternal, March 20 of 2020. There's a lot of 20s right there.
Yeah,
March 20 of 2020.
Oh, that's almost... It's 1 month from being glorious. Can we change that to April?
Well, because it is possible to add more because right now, well, actually I don't know if they're going to be adding any more because this doesn't really tell me anything. It just says that they're comprised of 48 games right now, but they won't be announced until June 27th. So I guess it is possible that there will be more added to it, or those will just be thrown into like next year.
Wow!
But I guess they have Doom Eternal on here because it technically comes out before June. I don't know. E3 is fucking weird, bro.
Well, hang on, if it comes out before June. Yeah.
But you both say Outer Worlds?
It's just entirely.
No.
I mean, I'd say Underworld's for like best of showing. Yeah.
April 16th, 2020 is Cyberpunk
Yeah.
2077. So
I think they just got something against Cyberpunk for some reason, even though it was definitely best of showing.
well, I think Doom Eternal was supposed to release this year. It was just thrown back or something like that. A bit longer.
Yeah.
That's possible.
No, it was always slated for 2020 release date.
Oh, was it? I didn't know. I thought I saw something of it was delayed.
Yeah, it was delayed, but it was still a 2020 release date initially. Had the same release date as Animal Crossing, apparently.
I think you were about to say Anthem. Like, that game is dead.
Dude,
Yes.
that game died the week it came out. Like,
Yeah. I was playing when it first came out. I was playing. I'm like, it's not that bad. I really like the Storm guy. That was going to be my main, but where it hit hard for me, I was sitting there playing the campaign. It got to a point where it's like, all right, to continue the story, and this is pretty early on in the story, you got to go to these tombs. I'm like, okay. The tombs each had like a 3-thing requirement, like revive this many, melee kill this many enemies, do this. Like each one had like 3 different things, and there was 4 different tombs. I got bored real quick right there.
Yeah.
Especially with the revived teammates. I had like 2 of 5. That would mean I would have to go back to like the 2 to 3 missions that I played prior, play on higher difficulties to have someone go down that's not me.
but
and
Jacob,
then somehow get them up.
Jacob, to answer your question why Cyberpunk isn't part of it, but Doom is, they have to be in order to be eligible, they have to be hands-on playable for voting publications for at least 5 minutes of gameplay at E3.
That would make sense. Okay.
So yeah, Doom Eternal was, and Cyberpunk wasn't.
That's.
So I still don't think Doom should be on it either, since it hasn't been actually released yet.
Yeah, they should have it to released games. Also, it's kind of weird with the timing of all this, because a lot of games either release like beginning like spring or like around March, or like
right
around
this time,
like between like October to like late November. Games also release. Those time frames. A lot of games usually just.
Yeah, well, it's one of the reasons why Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't win Game of the Year last year. Because it was released after the nominations were already set in and the winners were already picked. So fucking Fortnite won.
Don't even.
It hurts me internally to say it.
Can I just like express my distaste for Fortnite?
Go for it.
No. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting game. It's a disgusting cash grab, and honestly, I don't know why people play it.
Well, because me and Dustin played it with Dan and Will for a little while.
Yeah.
We only ever played it with Dan and Will. We never played it by ourselves. I think we did once.
No, we did one day. We did like 2 to 3 matches where we were just fucking bored. So we went into like doubles, and the way we did it was we waited till the bus just kicked us out at the very end, and then just hide while gathering shit. I kid you not, one of the matches, I got to the top 10, did not get a single kill. Ibanez died within the first in the top 80. I found a barn, went to the top corner of it, built a brick safety room, and lived to the last 10. Doing nothing but sitting there on my phone.
Yep.
Nice.
That's how stupid. That's why I did not care for that game. I know there's some people with skill, but some idiot like me who doesn't do shit can still get into the top.
Yeah, see, battle royales are kind of just. They've either got to be really fast They've either got to be really fast paced to the point where you can't do that, or they've got to be just They really got to cut down on the luck factor a lot.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, I bet PUBG would have been a lot would have stayed alive if they didn't completely fuck it and not fix any of the bugs. Like PUBG was pretty much I don't know if it was the original Battle Royale game, but
it definitely wasn't the original, but it was the
biggest. It was the
most mainstream for the longest time.
Yeah, but
it's the one that like really threw it on the like big map. I think before that was like Minecraft Battle Royale, from what the memes I've seen.
There was Minecraft Hunger Games.
Yeah,
there was Arma 2 Battle Royale. There was Arma 3 Battle Royale 2.
I only ever
PUBG
played
ever released.
I only ever played Minecraft survival games, so because that's what they were called in Minecraft were survival games. It was never called Hunger Games.
Yeah,
there were some servers that called it Hunger Games, but other than that, nothing. It was just survival games.
For me, I still remember Fortnite, like what it was supposed to be, the zombie thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when it was like people got like early access. I remember watching Achievement Hunter play like the first mission, and you're just going around building, protect the bus, like that crazy guy in the bus, and then that was it. Then you're supposed to build your base, protect it. Still didn't like it. Seemed like okay, it's just like another one of those games. Just I wasn't 100 like I wasn't gonna get it because it didn't completely grab my attention for like a very fun hour single game in, whatever. And then next you know it comes out as Battle Royale, and they throw in like Battle Royale's free, but then it throws the campaign all that they had set up under the bus and just to be forgotten. Like if you say Fortnite, no one will remember this thing.
It was really a shame.
Well,
because it looked like a really interesting concept, and then just
threw
it out the window.
It was a fun thing to play too. I remember playing it a few times. It was actually the story for it was the single player or whatever. Like the story mode for it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it because it wasn't you were trying to survive against other people. It was literally like you were just trying to survive in general.
Yeah.
It was basically a third-person Nazi zombies.
Which is actually a pretty nice concept.
I played some of the campaign too, which I was dragged to higher stuff because I think it was Dan, Will, and I think one random friend were doing like later level up things, and they asked like, "Do you have the campaign?" I'm like, "I could purchase it." It was like $15, I think, at the time. So I grabbed it, joined them. They gave me some like higher up weapons, but I'm sort of trying to scavenge up like materials to build the ammo for that weapon, so I wouldn't run out of ammo. And it was the only thing I had that could do damage to like these higher up zombies that like did enough damage to keep me alive.
Nice.
Fucking.
So that was pretty funny. Yeah.
All right. So next section.
I forgot I was going to say more about Borderlands 3. Also on the list, but we can continue.
Next section, best original game. There's 12 Minutes, Bleeding Edge, Control, John Wick Hex, and The Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds again.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely give that one to The Outer Worlds, because I've actually played it. I haven't actually even heard of any of those.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of these other ones either. That's probably why they're under best original game, because they're one-offs.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Outer Worlds, I would be surprised if it didn't win something.
I mean, to be entirely fair, the only reason people really even know Outer Worlds is because it was advertised as being made by the same people who had made
New Vegas.
Yeah, well, it also helped that they went out on E3 when they announced it, and they were basically just like, this is everything that Fallout 76 isn't.
They were also, this is everything that we wanted Fallout to be.
Yeah.
The good Fallout. Now, I really liked Fallout 4. Fallout 76 is still kind of meh for me. I'll play it with other people, but...
Fallout 4 was decent, vanilla-wise.
Honestly...
Genuinely, it's much better going through it modded.
Yeah, honestly...
Fallout 4 is just straight awful.
Honestly, well, I liked it. I played through it without mods at first, And honestly, I didn't even do any of the main quests or anything for like a month. I just sat there building up all of my bases and shit.
Yeah, because the main story is boring.
I enjoyed.
It's uninventive, and it doesn't even really catch anyone's interest, as far as I'm aware.
Reminds me of one of my favorite memes, which I can never find again. Fallout 1, find the water chip. Fallout 2, find where the supermutants are coming from. Fallout 3, find your dad. Fallout 4, find your son. Fallout New Vegas, who shot me in the effing head?
Who shot me in the head? No, because Fallout New Vegas, you had a much more personal connection to the situation at hand, because you literally got shot in the head. With
also, I think it's the one...
You don't have any actual connection to the character, like any built-up, established connection that you really care about them.
Well, I think that
who honestly cared about the kid? Who honestly cared about it?
I did, because he got his fucking child stolen, his newborn child stolen from him, and his wife got fucking shot in front of him.
But it doesn't make you a blank slate. It doesn't. It's not a blank slate character. And at least with Fallout 3, you had more interactions with your dad. And it's just like, oh man, I'm trying to find him, because you actually cared about him. He was a nice, interesting character. The son, it's just a kid. Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that they could have definitely put more work into before the bombs fell, instead of it just being character customization.
It is literally...
Answer the door, go check on your child.
It is literally a 5-minute hurdle for speedruns, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is entirely inconsequential.
There's not even much to even get you attached to the significant other or kid.
It's like, oh, they exist.
There.
Oh,
yeah.
They died. Whatever.
I mean, I'm a huge defender of Fallout 4 and Bethesda, because I loved Skyrim. Skyrim was fucking amazing. I did thoroughly
made you a blank slate.
I did thoroughly enjoy Fallout 4. Like I loved Fallout 4. I mean, I played through it once without mods, and then now I can't play it without mods.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still love Fallout 4.
See,
I have too many other games to really go back to Fallout 4. With mods and the stuff installed, that was pretty fun.
You see, it's just disappointing to me after seeing what modders can do with the game, seeing that Bethesda couldn't do that in the first place. Because I know they have the framework for such an incredible game. Such incredible games, such incredible concepts. It's just, they don't go anywhere inventive with it.
I mean, they were trying. It was a big step when it was supposed to be seen as a big step when they came out with what was it? Not the Bethesda store. It was like the little like side.
Was it the modding store?
Yeah, that one. It was supposed to be a big step for Bethesda.
Club?
Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a big step for Bethesda to be like, hey, we see you guys like what these modders are doing to our games. And we're not giving it to you, so we'll have these modders come in and make cool shit for you guys to get. We'll hire these modders to make shit for you guys to have in the game, and then you guys will hopefully be happier with the game we're giving you. But then they didn't let the modders have really any control over what they were making. They're like, here, make power armor skins, make more weapon skins, here, have a backpack.
No, it was more in the case that they just didn't give the modders freedom on the Bethesda net, so the Nexus just never died.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, this is supposed to be a step we can actually go and work through Bethesda's system to make actual endorsed mods or whatever. Like, people can download, they can have extra content for their games that Bethesda approves of, that they're like, yeah, they can have those mods, they can go and do that. And then they're just like, nah. this is not a good format for these mods because they don't give us the creation kit. They don't give us the actual tools to make actually creative stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see what people are doing with Skyrim still. Like, you've still got...
it's still possibly one of the most active modding communities I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, because, I mean, you've still got the guys... You still got the people who were making and expanding on what was Beyond Skyrim, who created Bruma. And
that is possibly still one of my favorite
everything
things.
extended.
One of my favorite mods so far.
And they're still working on
good.
extending it to the different
entirety
regions
of
in all of Tamriel. At
and
least parts of all of
Tamriel. Let's also not forget the entire overhaul that the Skyblivion team is doing to actually bring the entirety of Oblivion, the entire game, into Skyrim.
And then we can't forget the modders who, well, they were incredibly controversial for a while, who are trying to make Skyrim 4-player.
Oh yeah, Skyrim Together.
Yeah, which
was really nice.
They were working on it for a long time, and then the head of it, those guys, came out and said some stupid shit about how the Bethesda fan base is really toxic and they don't know good mods when they see it and shit like that, and really turned himself into an enemy.
See, funny story about that. The whole thing turns out that he was really acting just out of nowhere. Turns out that he was using part of code from SKSE. The script extender that the original creator of the script extender hadn't really let him use in the first place. And because of that, they got into an argument, and that's where the whole "this community is so toxic" thing or whatever. And then because of that, he got not only ostracized by the entire community, the entire general community, also by the entirety of the modding community that he had the support of initially.
Yeah.
All because he decided to be well, I kind of needed this, so I just kind of used it for some code from SKSE.
Yeah, and I do understand where he's coming from. There's a good bit of the Bethesda and the modding community in general that can be incredibly toxic and just completely
the modding community less so.
Yeah, well, just that community as a whole. No matter what community you're going to join into, there's going to be those toxic people that will just completely, shame and ostracize you if you don't like a certain thing that they do, or if you do something that they don't necessarily like or appreciate you doing, no matter how small it is. It's just, with the Bethesda community, that part is so centered in on by everyone else who's fans of other companies, just to make Bethesda look like the bad guy.
It's shameful, really.
When in retrospect, I mean, yeah, people, the heads at Bethesda are jackasses who just blatantly lied about Fallout 76. And
yeah.
And so
if they released Wastelanders without bugs, but that's understandable why they had the fact that they actually delayed that because it had bugs. And if they didn't do the first thing, it still would have had probably a bit more of a final egg. But the whole first thing, nothing else. Even before I heard the Halloween event, wasn't that greatly interesting.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I like Bethesda, the company. I like what because they have such an ability and they have the capability. Probably there's probably a very small portion of actual companies that have the ability to make these technologically advanced games that Bethesda has the opportunity to. They just don't. There were so many ways they could have made Fallout 76 go. They could have made it as they advertised it, as a co-op Fallout game. That's what they advertised it as.
Yeah, that's what people asked for.
They advertised it as a co-op Fallout game that you can go in and play with your friends, have this nice story that you can share with your friends, build these bases and whatnot. And what we got was a completely public game where
and it wasn't actually good public game.
We got this massively buggy, completely public Fallout game that wasn't anything like they promised.
No main story. It's just the only thing you have, and that's just to help you go around to discover good points of the map.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Overseer's logs.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at least, you could say anything you want about Fallout 4 and Skyrim. At least they had an actual, like, main central story for you to go with. Skyrim, you had the Dragonborn defeating Alduin. Fallout 4, you had saving your son and destroying either the Institute, Brotherhood, Railroad, or the Minutemen. No, you don't destroy the Minutemen. Just Brotherhood, Institute, or Railroad.
You can't kill the Minutemen. Someone always needs your help.
Yeah.
Another settlement needs your assistance.
Shut up, Preston. I've put 25
Never got that far.
I put 25 turrets in this settlement. They don't need my goddamn help.
I think they need your assistance.
But
with the one time I ran through Fallout 4, the only Fallout game I've completed, probably like 3 times, was New Vegas. Fallout 4, the only reason I completed that was because Jacob, you, me, and Justin, he never even really got, the hard mode challenge run? Not the hardest difficulty, like the medium of them.
I put it on hard, and it was like, alright, you can only use a certain type of weapons, and these are certain limitations you get, whatever.
Yeah, you had to stick to one type of weapon. Like, either, like, precision, handgun, something like that. I'm like, alright. I stuck to mine. That's also where in that beginning of that run, is also where I got my scorpion. A very bad fear of rat scorpion. That's a fun story. That. Yeah, like, on my way, I think it was right after the Minutemen. I'm sitting there, I'm walking down, on my way to go into town to find the Brotherhood of Steel, trying to get as much XP and weapons as I can quickly.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Under the bridge, I find a house collapsed. I'm like, okay, let's see if there's any loot in there.
I remember that.
I look around for a few moments, and nothing happens. I'm like, okay, and I look over and dirt in the back corner. I'm like, oh, that's weird. So I went over there to like see if I can search it for something. The second I walked up to it, a giant rat scorpion jumped out right in front of me. I blanked out for a second. All I remember was screaming, and next thing you know, I was on a rock overlooking the house. Just pistol, like, where'd it go? I was hidden. I'm like, right there, I was scared. So I'm like, alright, I just need to calm down. I go into town, and I hear some gunshots. I'm like, okay, there's the bandits that are usually there. I'm like, maybe if I get up to higher ground, I can get something. I see one of the broken out walls. I see a raider run up, look at me, turn around, start firing, and a rat scorpion runs up and kills him. I'm like, he's on the third story. I was yelling, no, we're safe, and I booked it right before the like, help, ghouls, protect me from rat scorpions. I was terrified for that entire run. Even the glowing sea, I'm sitting with like a heavy weapon. Where the fuck are they?
Nah, fam. Rat scorpions.
No, rat claws I would freaking hug. I see a rat scorpion like look at me and go into the ground. I'm sitting there spinning rapidly like, where the fuck's gonna appear?
Rat scorpion, where? Where?
I literally went through the
rat scorpions are now his trigger word.
Which funny
like
enough,
bears.
Yeah. That fear went away, and then I went to like 76, and this is when I played the beta on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, one of the things was like a hunting side quest that appeared like every day or something like that, one of the daily quests. And he goes, hunt the king rat scorpions. I'm like, well, shit.
No.
I'm sitting with a hunting rifle. No, the thing was, I'm like, alright, I'll be fine, as long as I keep a distance and all that. And I'm sitting there, and there's like a few of them off in the distance. I sniped one, and it went alerted, hidden. I'm like, okay, reload real quick. I aim down sights. I blink, and I caught this. Instead of them going in the ground, no, I watched one at the blink of an eye fly at me, like past me and behind me. I just went. I literally put down the scope and took off running. Jumped on a car, and like I thought, it freaking at warp speed was so pissed. It didn't go underground. No, it freaking lightning ran past me and appeared behind me. I have the game capture. You can see for a fraction of a second it appeared from there, right in front of me, and then behind me. I'm like, and I didn't even turn to look. I just went, it's behind me. I fucking booked it.
Omae wa mou shinderu. Nani?
My fears got a lot less, unlike Justin and the Cazadors from Vegas. That's hilarious. I've actually gotten over it because I've actually went to hand-to-hand with Brad Scorpion.
Let's talk about that.
Let's not talk about it. It's best to get Justin in here to talk about that. That'd be fucking great.
No, he would. The second you bring up the topic, he
just
leaves. Yeah,
immediately.
I don't like. He doesn't even go and face his fears. He just sticks to being scared of them.
Yeah, no, it's a bit hilarious.
All right, let's move on to. Let's just say this is the last one for this episode. Because there's after this one, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's still 13 more after this one.
Oh, I thought you meant just the topics you had in store. I didn't realize.
No, I've got one more. I've got one more actual topic left, and it's one that I think we'll actually genuinely enjoy talking about.
All right, this one's better than that day in history right now, though.
This last category, best console game. You've got the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Luigi's Mansion 3, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Watch Dogs Legion. I haven't played any of them.
I not the Watch Dogs Legion, but I have played a bit of Watch Dogs. I think it was 2 with Justin. And that's because it was free with gold.
Yeah.
So, we played a bit of that, and we broke the game. We didn't really play much of the campaign, so Watch Dog Legion is a meh. I'd rather play GTA, because that's what Watch Dogs is basically trying to be. It's a lot more strict, though. It's the cars aren't as fun to, you can't really flip them. There's not really much to do besides hack.
Yeah.
So, Watch Dogs to me wasn't completely...
Yeah, it was really just a failed concept.
Yeah. Also, was it Watch Dogs Legion? It sounds like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer thing.
They're both made from Ubisoft, so...
that explains it. What were the other games?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Luigi's Mansion 3, and the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ooh, Link's Awakening is actually, from what I've heard, good. Mostly because of the fact that the original was one of my favorite games for the Game Boy. I'm not gonna lie.
I was always an Ocarina of Time guy.
Nah, see, issue is I never had the what was it? The N64 for that?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I never actually had that.
I think it was N64 and GameCube.
For me, I haven't seen anything of Link Awakening besides a speedrun animation thing, which is hilarious. The only one of any Zelda game I watched was Ocarina of Time, 3 Heart Run, as you know.
We are not affiliated with Casual Respawn at all.
Exactly. Yeah, the only one that I have played 1 and 2, and I didn't know Luigi's Mansion 3 was even out. I played the shit out of 2.
2 was fun. Never played the original. 2 was really fun, though.
I played the original.
I remember playing the first half of the original end because I was a little kid. But I remember getting up to the baby ghosts, around those areas, the husband, wife, the guy with the candle.
Yeah,
the baby. That's before I remember.
As is with most original games, it was incredibly basic, but...
Yeah.
I have a GameCube, and so...
I've got a N64. I lost my game. Well, I didn't lose my GameCube. I sold it to fucking GameStop for like $5.
Funny enough, I just looked over at like my stack of Xbox games, and I do have 2 GameCube games in it for some reason. One's Luigi's Mansion, and the other one is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Hell yeah, that was my shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, that's also an actually rather technical speedrun. Turns out.
Yes. But nah, fucking Battle for Bikini Bottom was fucking awesome.
Well, remember they have the remastered. Was it rehydrated? I seen like a comparison thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks a lot better, but it misses some of the charm and like some of the cutscenes.
With the horrible fucking lip syncing.
Yeah.
They were essentially just moving their mouths like fucking puppets.
Of course.
Yeah, like SpongeBob screamed and flapping his mouth, but there's a scream. It's like, hang on. Which, for some reason, that reminds... I was going to say, it just reminds me of another game when it was like Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Players.
Yeah, there was yeah, you could play Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, SpongeBob. Who else was there?
Turner.
Yeah, and Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner.
I think there was one more, but I can't remember for sure.
I thought those 4. I remember me, but we stopped playing because one of the missions, like at the end, it got frozen because one of the enemies you're supposed to kill to move on to the next area was stuck in a garage door, like inside the garage, trapped, and we couldn't do anything. That's the last time we were playing. We played a shit ton about that one.
Yeah,
it was a fun game.
That was fucking tastic. I'm trying to see. I want to say that there was one more character, but I can't fucking remember. Apparently Nickelodeon Dance was a thing too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the original Nicktoons Racing, that was another good one. I remember that one. There's... Son of a bitch, we're gonna spend the rest of the time fucking looking for this.
Yeah.
What was the game called again? Do you remember?
I can't remember. Also, for some reason, images is not popping up. There we go. Here, you guys continue. I'm gonna look. Also, looking at this, it reminded me of some of these. I see SpongeBob playing soccer, and that reminds me of Mario Soccer. Another GameCube game me and my brother played the shit out of.
I remember playing on my Wii, playing the what was it? Mario and Sonic, like Winter Sports or whatever.
Oh yeah, I had that for the DS.
I never played any of those games.
I had that shit for the fucking Wii.
It was Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics.
Oh, I fucking forgot about this game. Tak and the Power of Juju.
Oh my, that is... I played those games. That is old. What was it? That also reminds me of Jack and Dexter.
That was an interesting game. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Didn't you like to glide through some of the maps or like that? Didn't you draw a giant chicken?
Yeah.
I remember in the second one they introduced like a bigger guy. He was stupid, but he was buff, so he helped out with a lot of heavier lifting stuff in the second game. And looking at him in a giant chicken shoot was hilarious.
Yeah, no, I got really fucking confused with that game. Because I can't remember what part it was. It's been so fucking long since I played it, but I just could not figure out what fucking what to do. It was incredibly fucking difficult. It was oh, here it is. It was not, I don't think this is the actual name for it, but I think it was Nicktoons Unite. Yeah, it was Nicktoons Unite for like the fucking GameCube.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was just
Nicktoons Unite.
Yeah, it was just SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, and Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, because I remember it was only 4-player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was 4 plus, right? I keep fucking GameCube. God, I wish I still had my GameCube. That'd be fucking awesome. But let's get into our last topic, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Great.
This last one is something that I covered back when I did my RPG Speak podcast for like 3 episodes. And then I got a job and I just kind of let it die. But the Heroes of Estaria, and I think I told you guys about this, Heroes of Estaria RPG, tabletop RPG, that I was fucking in love with from the moment I found their Kickstarter. I can't remember exactly. I think I just looked up like latest Dungeons and Dragons news, and like this popped up. I think I mentioned it to you guys, right? Probably.
I think, yeah.
I can't fully remember.
Well, basically, the Heroes of Estaria role-playing game. It's a high fantasy with a dash of apocalypse and steampunk. It uses the D6 system, which is basically you use all D6s. Basically, well, actually, I don't think I've ever played a D6 system game. I was gonna say basically like Deadlands, but you don't just use D6s.
And you also use a deck of cards.
Yeah, D6s, a deck of cards, and every other fucking dice.
Yep. Fun times.
Yeah, but Heroes of Estaria takes place in an alternate universe. I'm reading it right off the page because I'm too tired to fucking ad-lib anything. Heroes of Estaria takes place in an alternate universe where Earth has fused with a nearby planet, the magical planet of Abyssia. Very creative. This event is known as the fusion, and only an intense, unfathomable magic can make such an event possible. Possible does not mean safe. The fusion brought foreign magic, evil, ecosystems, and elements to the land. Furthermore, it flooded certain areas of the planet with radiation. Now hellish creatures and feral mutants roam the land, while safe food and water is scarce.
Wonderful.
Apparently, the game takes place in the mid-1700s. The fusion took place in the mid-1700s. The game takes place 300 years after.
Oh.
So around current day, pretty much.
Yeah,
about
just about.
Actually, mid-2000s.
It's like early 21st century. Late 20th, early 21st century, something like that.
That's mid-21st.
Is it mid-21st?
Yeah, that's mid-21st century, man.
Oh, yeah, fucking brain.
That's like 2050. If we're talking about like straight mid 1700s.
I can't even remember reading this part, but apparently because of the fusion, it says an odd effect of magic amplifying radiation. Dwarves, elves, goblins, and a few other races are byproducts of this effect. So this fusion event created fucking fantasy characters.
Radioactive monsters.
And it says you can play with 3 to 5 players, but then in parentheses it says 1 GM and 2 to 4 heroes. So
Oh, we got 2.
I run you guys with 2s just normally, like Deadlands, D&D, everything. I just run you 2.
Next campaign might also be 2.
That's true, because
unless I hear anything from fucking Justin, which I doubt.
I do need to get Justin.
What about Tyler?
We were completely opposite schedules, dude.
Opposite shift to Ibanez, so that's probably not going to happen.
So he's just going to be like coming in and out.
Whenever he can appear.
Yes.
Literally, character gets ripped in and out of this plane of existence repeatedly.
He's a traveling salesman.
Not even a traveling salesman. He literally gets plucked by the hand of God out from wherever he is, taken somewhere else.
Like Sills' character when he first tried to enter Deadly. Just get the fuck out of town.
It's like, I'm here for the convoy. It's like, just say you're a convoy. They'll believe anything.
Say you're being chased by radioactive
He should
spiders.
not have listened to Roble.
I'm being chased by radioactive spiders. All right, roll deception.
You failed.
That's absurd.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think
No,
he
I'm fine. I'm here for the convoy. Okay. It's like, yeah, but why would you lie about that in the first place? I'm suspicious of you now. He never got in town.
No, he did not.
And he's just
And later
sitting,
on, we
he's
found him
just
getting
sitting.
chased by radioactive spiders.
I don't know what his fucking character's doing. Probably still getting chased by radioactive spiders.
Probably dead from those same radioactive spiders. Let's not lie.
Both characters he tried to open up are dead. We leave it at that. They're dead.
Oh yeah, because he made the second that was supposed to be my combat medic and dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, your combat medic. He was in a coma and died in the coma.
It's like he didn't make it. Yeah, whatever.
He didn't make it. Did he die peacefully? Well, he died quickly by a bullet to the brain. What?
Well, he died.
It's like, well, he died.
But
How?
this one of my
You don't want to know that.
one of my favorite things about this game is that there are 40 playable classes.
Oh,
40.
40, yes.
Damn, that puts Pathfinder to shame. Christ.
And they're split up into like different like versions. Like you've got the melee fighters, you've got berserkers, monk, knight lasher, ninja, samurai, soldier, tempest, warrior, and werebeast.
Oh wow, damn.
You've got the defenders,
What?
guardian, justicar, paladin, and warden.
Can be a blood wolf.
Do you want to get one-shotted?
Depends how long my constitution is.
No, literally just it takes 2 steps into the campaign. Your first 2 steps gets shot by a bounty hunter with a fucking revolver. Instantly die.
I remember you blew up his arm in one shot, but I think it was the guy at the side who popped a few more
Enough
bullets.
damage to kill him just by
Yeah.
blowing off his arm.
I still remember that too. I was sitting there, like hyping up the blood wolf, like there's some like strange beast that's keeping everyone here. It tends to grab anyone who tries to leave. All right, we're upstairs. You try to leave through the front door. We'll be prepared. I didn't even get the fire too. I'm still with an LMG ready. It literally went your turn. You blew off its arm. Next guy's turn. Dumped like 5 shots into it and it dropped dead right at the bottom of the stairs.
Blowing
it's
off
like
his
a
arm,
trip.
he just like sort of stumbles down the stairs into line of fire. Second, nixed off like that.
I love Deadlands because every time an encounter happened, I love his face after the encounter. Just defeat.
I don't know how we managed to
I'm just
do
gonna throw
that
you
so
guys
many
up against
times.
like an army of psychers.
It's the only piece. The only thing is that psyker. And I hated that because I kid you not, that was probably the biggest bonding me. I'm not
Lloyd,
crazy. Are you crazy? No, I'm saying too. All right, we're not crazy.
the 2 crazy people telling each other they're not crazy.
Exactly. 'Cause I so,
You
like,
see a cat.
the psyker with his null damage bullshit was the only thing.
It was the only thing that could ever stand up against.
Because I also remember me, you, and Roble looting in like a second floor of like a storage area, and it's like, all right, you look outside, 11 people roll up in cars, locked and loaded.
Big gun.
Yeah, my character screen. And I remember it's like, who has the best at like throwing grenades? It was you. So we handed you 3 grenades, or we handed you 4, and you threw them out the window.
The one throw that absolutely sucked and landed by the door killed the most people.
Yeah, I
And then
remember.
the other 2, we had 4 grenades. One by the door, one by one of the cars, and another by 2 of the cars.
You straight
And
up
the other
yeeted
2.
those last 3, dude.
And the other 2 by the other 3. By the other 2 landed right next to each other by one guy.
Yeah, just the one guy looks left and right like, well, fuck. Yeah, the first one kills like 6 people at the front door. The next one like flips a car, killing a few more. And that guy. And I remember each of those rolls. I just remember watching Ibanez's face just get more and more like, fuck. Like a bigger sigh each time because there's one enemy left. He's so terrified he begins to run. Roble nicks his left leg. I push Roble aside. Let me show you how it's done. I blow off his left leg.
With a fucking machine gun when he had a scoped rifle. I also tried to interrogate the guy. It's like, oh, you got anyone else?
I remember the sound of Ibanez's voice. He was so done with everything. He goes, "You're not gonna get anything from him." He's screaming because his leg was blown off. So he just stabbed him.
It's like, you sure you're not gonna talk? You're not gonna get anything out of it. It's just, ah! It's like, alright, fine, stab.
It was still, like, the most intimidating thing. Like, another thing, like, build up. You see 11 people get out of a car with all armed. And we just go, what should we do? Throw grenades like it's nothing. Here. You kill almost all of them. Well, shit. Not the intention. Somehow worked.
Like I said,
like, well.
army of psychers.
Pretty much.
Here's
Better than our ambush.
Here's
When Jacob flies out the car.
I don't know how I should.
You were in the middle seat, and you're the only one and got out of the car while still moving without taking any damage.
I literally was just like, that's an RPG. You're just like, why? You two are just like, why was he in such a hurry?
I think Justin took the most damage out of that.
He did.
I came out of that car flip, and I was the driver too, and I probably took like the biggest hit of the explosion too. I came out of that with a minor concussion.
Minor concussion, and you're just like, well, that's.
And Justin was shot a lot because he didn't know what cover was.
I'm literally sitting behind cover on the side of the bridge, just concealing myself with a rifle, and he's just like, well, how come he isn't getting shot at? It's like, he hasn't been seen yet.
They were more focused on the car and the person they barely saw themselves out of the truck.
I just rolled over Justin to get out.
I like to think you like got unbuckled or whatever.
Literally unbuckle, open his door, and jump over him.
Just
and he's
yeeted
just like,
yourself out of the
closes
fucking...
the door.
Just yeet yourself out of the truck.
Just out of there, gone. Justin's just like, what was that about? Closes the door, gets blown up immediately.
Here's this next grouping is more your speed, Jacob. The mages. You've got acid mancers, Azure battle, you've got Azure battle mages, geomancers, hydromancers, invokers, pyromancers, sorcerers, and tinkerers.
You had me at geomancers.
Although they did misspell sorcerers.
I know there are sorcerers, but I'm actually interested in those as battle mages. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Here, I can send you the link.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tom the Rock will live on.
Geomancer.
Like, literally, it's like this, the third one, Geomancer. I still too focused on Geomancer. This is even in Star Wars: The Old Republic when I realized, like, one of the Jedi's beginning thing was you could throw a rock. I named him Tom the Rock from that inside joke for the first session of D&D.
Hey, Dustin, here's yours. Support. You've got Alchemist, Astrologist, Bard, Battle Brother, Captain,
Battle Brother,
Conjurer, Enchanter, High Priest, Low Priest, and Thief.
Thief support?
Class.
Yeah.
Class list. Okay.
I can see
Yeah, I
that.
see this.
Then you've got the ranged fighters. The ranged fighters are just Ballista,
I see the first one.
Decimator, Deckmaster, Gunner, and Hunter.
Ballista. This man
Just
is literally
Ballista.
This man is literally a siege weapon.
What do you think? Ballista fires into the castle? I agree, attack!
And then you've got your summoners, druids, engineers, jesters, and necromancers.
The Ballista has the highest charisma.
It's like, yes, are you here to barter, good sir? I'll take that as a yes. What would you like?
3 health potions coming up.
No.
You hear a series of string snaps. The bartender, surprisingly, knows, to your surprise, knows how to speak Ballista.
Just like your first character knows how to speak chest.
Is this literally going to be a thing now?
If we ever play this, yeah, I could buy the full game. The full game's like $90 though, so.
Damn.
Just Heroes of Estaria, and then one of the races is just Ballista.
That's a class.
I know it's a class.
And,
the only race that can play as a ballista is a ballista.
There are races. There's two separate ones. There's Earth Realm and the Abyssal Realm.
Okay, fun. But no, what I'm more interested in is just like, all right, there are a lot of classes here that I'm really, really, really interested in seeing how they work.
Yeah, there's a spot that has like the weapons and shit like that. If I can.
Okay, let's see the last ones. Summoners, yeah, Druid, Engineer, Jester, Necromancer. Jester is the one that kind of gets.
Yeah,
I think Court Jester.
I want to be a Jester.
What would a Jester summon? Engineer, I can understand, can build stuff. Druid summons nature. Necromancer
summons undead.
Court Jester summons a crowd with his amazing tricks.
He summons the crowd.
We're in the middle of the desert. Crowd comes in with out of nowhere with water. It's like, thank you. It's like, what?
Thank you. What?
Middle of the woods, middle of a dungeon, like a dragon boss fight. Calls in the crowd. It's like, quick, attack the dragon. It's like, wait, what?
No, he summons a band. He summons a band. The bard.
Maybe when he'd be more of a support class, that'd be hilarious too. It's like
summons the band for the bard. He summons.
Just alright, here's the fighter, here's the mage, here's this, and it's like, what does he do? He plays the boss music. Wait, what? Rock guitar solo.
It's just some minister fuck guitars.
I can only imagine that as a necromancer. It's like, well, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna rise this. Are you gonna? Are they gonna help us fight? No, this one's gonna play the bass. This one's gonna play the guitar, and this one's got the drums. It's like, wait, what?
He just straight up summons a fucking band.
Yeah, it's like, well, good news and bad news. What's the good news? I raised the dead. What's the bad news? They were all barred. Well, shit.
It's just. It's like, this isn't what I asked for. No, it's exactly what I asked for.
The zombie of bards. What would that band be called?
Zombie.
It's Rob Zombie.
I was thinking Rob Zombie too, but I was trying to think of something a bit more clever.
Bambi.
Bambi.
No, it's Bombi. They are just bombs.
Bard beat. I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, Bard beat.
I can't find the fucking weapons. Last time I saw there was a weapons section on here, but I do remember that there was a guitar battle axe.
Yes, the bard would be amazing then.
It's the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Multi-class, here I come.
You are the you are the epitome of barbarian. Actually, that's barbarian.
Oh, crafting is simplified and incredibly useful.
Yeah, they did a lot of nice stuff with this game, and I actually really want to run it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. It's actually.
I've got like 3 games that I want to run now. I've got my custom D&D 5e that I'm going to be running you guys on. I want to get Deadlands back up. I want to run the fucking Wendy's campaign just because I want to see how that's like.
I still think out of everything doing something.
Apparently, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've heard people say it's pretty good.
From what I've heard, it's really unbalanced. But I haven't had the time. I've downloaded the PDF. I just haven't had the time to go through it yet, or print it out because I want to print it out. I don't like referring to PDFs, so I'm gonna.
I still like KFC's approach on this whole gaming ads. KFC data. Was it? Yeah, was it? We love you, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I watched a playthrough on that one. Halfway through, I was actually getting really hungry. I did not go, because my brother and his girlfriend don't like KFC.
So buy it for yourself.
I was not going to be the only one. Yeah, I was not going to be the only one.
Why not?
because
some
he
of those
usually
KFC Nashville wings.
Fucking good, dude.
probably grab some before work tomorrow. Then
Yeah, I'm about to.
But yeah.
Now you've got me wanting fucking KFC.
God,
Like,
damn,
you're
you're the advertiser.
I can't lie, they did really damn good. It's like, oh, this is pretty funny, like characters and all that. It's like when it gets to the food, anything like you make this, like anyone who makes like certain foods, like all right, they kind of go into detail. But when it comes to Colonel Sanders or anything from KFC, they go into really good detail, and you really start craving it.
Of course you do.
My stomach's rumbling right now.
God damn it. It's fucking 1 a.m.
I know.
I really want KFC now, man.
Curse you.
Wait for the morning.
Wait
till the morning.
It is the morning.
Wait till later in the morning.
The actual morning. This is the middle of the night.
I work at 10 tomorrow. I'm probably only gonna be. I'll just get it on my way home.
Exactly.
Fuck, my sister works at KFC.
Now this
She
makes
can
you
give me
wonder.
free food.
This makes you wonder. Does KFC have breakfast?
I mean,
I don't think
some
so.
people consider
I don't
chicken
know.
breakfast.
Yeah. It's
Like just buy some like
You
chicken
ever
from
had chicken and
KFC and then make waffles at home.
Yeah, no, you ever had chicken and waffles, man?
I have.
It's great.
I haven't
When
had
well
like
done.
genuine
Great.
chicken and waffles, but I have had chicken and waffles.
Like, when it's done well, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. There's one place I want to go to Waffle House. There's none in Michigan because that's a fucking southern thing. But I want to
Toledo. Toledo's the closest place. I've looked it up.
Southern thing.
Yeah.
Southern.
Toledo,
from us.
Ohio. I mean, yeah, it's southern for us.
We'll
I had
just-
one down the goddamn street in South Carolina. I am
We'll
really, that's the one thing I miss.
we'll head to the Toledo Waffle House on our road trip.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's where we'd probably stop for breakfast, for being honest.
That would fucking be amazing if to take a fucking like. What would we do for the road trip? Like, where the fuck would we go?
If we want to, we could go to Charleston.
We can go to Disney. It was actually pretty fun.
I wouldn't mind going to Disney.
Yeah,
We would
Disney,
like just
yeah.
drive to fucking Disney.
We can hit several stops and screw. We can probably even visit Will and Dan and stuff on the way down.
Yeah, depends on the route we actually take.
Yeah, go and steal Will for a weekend.
Yeah, go all the way down to fucking Oklahoma.
Yes.
Where are you guys going? Disney. All right, how are you going to get there? Well, first we're going to go through Ohio and then Indiana. Then we're going to, like, go through whatever those states are right in that area. I keep fucking forgetting because they're useless.
Don't tell anyone that!
We're just going to go through the entirety of the Midwest to get to Oklahoma. And then we're going to have to do, like, a complete, like, fucking 90-degree turn. Go through, like, Arkansas. End up hitting, like, Georgia and Alabama. Just to get over to where fucking Disney is.
Dude, we'd be going through literally the entirety of the South, save South Carolina. That'd be the least efficient road trip ever, and that would probably kill someone on the way. Just for sheerly how
If we were to do that, that would be something we would have to, like, fucking rent, like, an RV for.
Yeah.
Because no matter who's...
showed me, Ibanez!
What?
like that RV you showed me?
Yes.
Wait, what RV?
But when we were at SoCal to make character creations, waiting for you. For character creations, when we were waiting for you, me and Jacob were talking. He's like, "Well, if I get enough from the insurance, for when a fucking maintenance vehicle hit my car, I'm just gonna, if I get enough, I'm just gonna buy a new one that doesn't have a dent in it." And
nice.
we were looking. He was looking. Well, I don't know what website you were looking at, but I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and we were showing each other different cars and whatnot. And I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, this is you, Jacob!" And I showed him like a fucking like 1980s Winnebago.
several fun options.
That was interesting. That's for sure.
Oh, and Jacob, to answer your question from earlier, yes, they
Yes, they what?
You cut out.
have a breakfast menu. KFC.
Oh, they do have a breakfast.
Did you look
Yes.
this up?
Yes. I typed in KFC. And funny enough, one of the last things but the first one was KFC's menu.
Nice. So what you're saying is
KFC for breakfast. All right.
We're all just gonna show up to KFC for breakfast.
It looks like a lot of it looks like it either has
A lot of
eggs
chicken?
or chicken. Pretty much is the main two ingredients for everything.
Good.
Yeah.
That's literally the ingredients for all of their food, considering their chicken is battered and fried.
Yeah.
Kind of need egg for that.
Hmm.
Well, I guess you don't. There's like multiple like different options for it, but who the fuck wants those? I don't know what else you use though. There are different options. I don't know what those options are. Like, is it vegan?
As a vegan option for KFC?
It's like that picture I sent to the Discord of the plant-based snacks, and there was fucking beef jerky just hanging there.
It's like, yes. The best plant.
Like, I shit you not. It says plant-based snacks, but the first like row of like hanging food, there's like 4 different flavors of like meat sticks. There's 4 different flavors of one brand of beef jerky. Then there's another brand of beef jerky, which is what you saw in the picture. Then to the right of that is another brand of beef jerky.
Yeah, no, that's just fuel up on plant-based snacks. I mean, I guess cows eat grass. The only logical explanation.
It straight up says steak, says steak pieces or whatever on the bag, like.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
this was fun.
Yeah.
This has been a very fun time.
We've managed to go for about an hour, for more than an hour and 15 minutes, not
That's
counting
good.
what happened before I dropped. So we've at least,
Of course.
that was like half an hour. So like, it was like 15 minutes, so half an hour. So we've at least got like an hour and a half of fucking
Sounds
audio.
And a lot of it's just us rambling.
Yeah, well, that's what
Yeah.
this fucking podcast is. I'm just gonna
Of
name
course,
it.
that's what it is.
I'm just gonna name it "Casual Citizens (parentheses Rambling Podcast) Episode 0.
Nice.
Like,
This was actually pretty fun.
yeah, I enjoy doing this.
Pretty great.
At least we had topics, because if it's us just randomly going,
Oh god, we would never be finished.
Like this, what happened? What this is exactly.
That's all.
Are you having issues there? Ibanez, do you
I
have a
had,
stroke?
I think so. But no, what happened in this podcast is exactly what you and me talked about, Dustin, when we were first talking about doing this. We're going to have topics to talk about, but then we're going to somehow end up talking, like, we're going to be talking about D&D and then somehow end up with, like, landing on Mars and talking to like, alien dwarves. Like, we're going to...
at least,
I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say, like, the first topic with, like, this, then we got into video games. We at least stayed on, like, the
video
I got
games
off.
topic.
At least we stayed on, like, the video games that were kind of there. We stayed in that area. When it came down to, like, the D&D thing, like, yes, we stuck there, and the next you know, we ended up with KFC breakfast menu.
The KFC breakfast. It was because we were talking about the Wendy's D&D thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then immediately you were like, yeah, but that's a great PR thing. But you know what else is? That KFC dating sim. And I was just like,
It is.
why?
It is hilarious. I watched
It's hilarious.
I still want KFC.
Yeah, no, KFC for breakfast, guys.
If I didn't work at 10, then yeah.
Dude, just get up earlier. Earlier.
Dude, it's 1:30 in the morning. Like, I'll have a whole, 5 hours to be able to sleep.
Yeah, and?
At least you'll have some KFC.
So are you done recording for the podcast or no?
No, it's still recording.
It's
still recording.
I hope you're gonna go through and edit out some of the more boring parts.
Yeah, I'm probably I'm gonna go through and try to trim up the silence and pause parts and whatnot. When I dropped out.
The silence and pause well, that wasn't around. It wasn't really a real pause, but you didn't get any of that.
No, I recorded some of it. Then I recorded myself swearing at my computer and my internet for being such pieces of shit.
Why is that typical of you? Oh, wait, because it happens all the time.
It does happen all the time. Me and Dustin, we were talking when me and Dustin first started doing the Casual Citizens channel, and we were recording shit like that. When we first posted that first video, Dustin straight up said, I never realized how much we passively swear.
Yeah, no, it just happens.
Because one of the first things that fucking happens in that video is I get attacked by a zombie while Dustin's going to let his dumbass brother in the house. Because he locked himself out.
Oh yeah, that first video. No, that one I had somewhat of a... Yeah, I remember that one. That was the Dead Rising.
And zombie...
we're
just sitting there. I'm waiting for Dustin to let his brother in. And the zombie comes up out of nowhere and just attacks me. And I'm just fucking going off on it.
What the fuck? Where the fuck did you come from? And then he's sitting there stomping, and then I come back what I missed? And he goes, fucking whore ass bitch. I'm like, what?
I think my exact words were, you stupid fucking whore bitch.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
Because
this always happens.
That's the first thing I hear when I put on my headphones. Yeah, what happened, Put Son? I hear him say that. I'm like, luckily, my character, when I left, when I put them a smack it, which turned to perfectly look that direction. So that entire thing was unfolded on camera.
Nice.
And then I whispered a few seconds after that, I'm like, I can't wait to look back at that in recording.
Yeah, that was when Dustin
the best
posted
part
it.
Of that video.
That was when Dustin posted it on the Stone Evil Monkey channel.
Yeah, that was private.
Unlisted or private or whatever. And it was completely uncut. And when we decided to do this, we were like, yeah, we gotta edit these to make them better.
I did cut that one, but not because I left in a lot of the stuff did just come off as not too interesting. We're just blabbing.
Yeah, well, I mean, because when I was going through that first video to edit it and cut it out, I biffed it, first of all, because I accidentally fucking left in a massive part of where we're just running around.
All about learning.
But, yeah, that was the first video I edited, and there was some pretty funny moments in there. It just wasn't, because I was just learning how to use the fucking Filmora editing software, and it wasn't very good. But now I know how to use it, and the second video I put out is the most viewed video on our channel right now, so...
Yep.
It's just barely beating Blades and Sorcery by 2 views. And next thing we know...
Children's Golf.
Next thing we know, Cards Against Humanity is going to be the most viewed.
No, watch ironically, it's just going to be just like it. It's like, yeah, we're just going to post this Halo music video here. Why'd you make that? Next, jumps up to 70 views. It's like, hold on 1 second here. I still remember me and Jacob's first reaction to that. I really posted the first Trumpets video. He goes, the fuck is this? I'm like, I always just wanted to try something in Halo, so I just threw it on, and I said, why not throw it on the channel? There's not really going to be much there. I kid you not. Within the first week, it jumped up 20. I'm like, it was the 20. I'm like, Oh shit! I think it stopped at 70 for a bit. I think it got to 100. I can't remember, but I just remember it jumped up to 70 within like the first like month or two, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, those videos are doing pretty decent on the channel right now.
But on our channel or on like Idiot Game?
Casual Citizens.
Because they averaged around like 50. There were, I think the top three are the first trumpet video, which is around like probably 100. I want to say Superheroes was at like 100 and something as well. And then the one and only champion, Waiting for Love.
All right.
At 1.2 thousand.
Halo Reach Trumpet was at 755 views. And
755?
It's at 755.
Damn.
Waiting for Love is at 1.2 is at 1,200 at least.
Yeah. Superheroes.
And the
another one.
third highest that we have on the channel is Heroes at 130.
I mixed up. To be honest, I just like like the effort I did.
Dustin, it's been surpassed. The Trumpet remake's at 136 views.
Yes. The funny thing about the reason I did that remake through just looking at old videos, older parts, and I went, all right, let's go back to the first Trumpet. I looked, there was my 1 like and then 12 dislikes, and I went, you know what? I unliked it and disliked the video. I'm like, there we go. And then I remade it.
I was one of those dislikes.
I agree with you. And then I remember I made the Trumpet remake, which I think is at 3 likes and 1 dislike. And I'm like, I don't care.
It's at 4 likes and 1 dislike.
Yes!
This brings me life.
Yeah, I found it just happy to hear that.
How?
Art, dude.
Why?
I love looking at the I love making our descriptions for our videos because we don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like for the Ballroom Blitz and the Talk Dirty to Me Halo stuff, I literally just put something like "fuck UMG." We're doing this anyways. Also, by the way, we don't. Also, by the way, we don't own the rights to any of this music.
Dustin.
And then after I said
question.
"fuck UMG."
Real question here, Dustin.
Shoot, what is it?
Why is the description for the original Talk Dirty to Me by Poison video called? It is just this space is for lease.
I can tell you exactly the story. Funny enough, because I remember that you were the one who requested it before you went to Basic.
Yeah, I know I was.
And I put in the description for my buddy going to the Navy. You told me like 2 days later, remove that from that description. I'm like, all right, and then I just put that there. like get that out of the damn description. Like you didn't want that to be.
I didn't want this as
for lease. Yeah. I just typed in this space is for lease. Fuck it. Okay, I couldn't think of anything. Because look at Waiting for Love.
Here's another real question. Ever gonna do the entire thing of Play With Me by Extreme?
It comes and goes. Like I want to, but I don't know. If I was to, I'd probably want to like recapture a lot of that.
You see,
like remake it.
What I think we should personally do, like I personally think we should do a Halo music video of Rush 2112.
Oh my gosh, no!
Am I gonna have to learn the solo bits so we have something to put there for the solo? Oh god,
that's one of the things. Also, Ibanez, I looked up. I looked into the 2 songs. I will do "School's Out," but I don't know how long I'll be doing to that. I'll probably just do the chorus because I really need like an idea of like story that I can actually pull off in Halo.
Oh, yeah.
There is another music video that I wanted to do for a long time, and I have the idea completely in my head. It is I think it's like Neon Tree or something like that, and it's Everybody Talks. I have a complete idea for that song, for like beginning to end of Halo. Short.
Now you know what we should really do Puppet Master.
Puppet Master. You know what we really should do? Remake Adventure to Remember. Ibanez, you're going to replace Vlad. No, this is a legit discussion.
Redo the character.
Yeah.
Entirely. And you're also going to be doing some of the other voices, because I don't want to be talking to myself during that firefight.
Yeah.
Is this all still going on the podcast, by the way? Because we should have ended this a while ago.
Oh, yeah, no, it's still recording.
Stop the recording.
Stop the recording. This is all supposed to be secret.